Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Wednesday. I'm off work. It's like 3 in the afternoon and I'm sitting in the Target parking lot. But we're gonna do a little mukbang. Do you know what that is? It's like basically I'm gonna eat and we're gonna talk. Or I'm gonna talk to you. But I'm hungry and we got stuff to talk about. Today has been a roller coaster because Dexter ran away this morning and was missing for about an hour and a half. But I'm gonna tell you, but I'm gonna start at the beginning. And I have my Chick-fil-A. I have a I have a Chick-fil-A sandwich with no butter on the bun, some French fries, and some Chick-fil-A sauce. And I have my own water that I brought from home. But let me start at the beginning. So this morning, I woke up about 8:30. I got out of bed at 9 and then went to the gym. Okay. So when I get back from the gym, I have to let the dogs out. Well, Scott, I think I've told y'all, he's working on the backyard, right? So he killed all the grass and then he's seeding it. So he put a bunch of seed and peat moss down and stuff. But we can't be out there. Like the dogs can't go in the backyard because they're going to rip the seed up just by walking around, like running and stuff. So we have to keep them out of the backyard. This has been for about a week or so, but we have to do it for like 3 weeks. Basically until the grass grows, we have to leave it out or leave them out. So because of that, we've been putting them in the front yard. And we had like a rope, like a thin rope, as strong as like a tennis shoe, with like a shoelace. But for Darcy, that's fine. For Dexter, he tried to bite through it and then we fixed it. And then over the weekend, Scott was out in the front yard with him and Dexter was literally just like walking, not even running full speed or anything, and the rope snapped. So that wasn't gonna work. So we went to Walmart and got a cable that was strong enough for dogs that are 120 pounds and Dexter's 65. So we were confident in this cable. We have it wrapped around a tree in the front yard and they can't get to the road because we live on like a busier road. It's right off of like the main road of our town, but it's still busy. People are always coming through the road. So with this cable, neither one of the dogs could get to the road and they couldn't get to the front steps of the house either. So it was perfect. They couldn't get wrapped around any trees or anything. So we've been doing that, right? And also, along with the grass and all that, we have to water the grass. And we have 2 portable sprinklers. And Scott has flagged out 6 different places where they have to go. So only one sprinkler can run at a time. So while that sprinkler is going, you move the other one to the next location. There's this whole system. And so this is the first day that I've had to do it because I wasn't working. So right when I woke up, or when I got back from the gym, I was doing that, right? So I get back from the gym. I immediately put Darcy out on the, on the cord, cable, whatever. She pees and everything. And then I'm messing with the sprinklers, trying to get them started. Because it takes like an hour and a half, the whole process. So I'm starting that. It's about 10 o'clock, like 10:15. And then I take a shower, and then I put Dexter out on the cable. But since he pulls so hard, we put him in a harness, right? And it's a harness that just clicks like with little buttons, click, 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 click. And so he's been fine on it. We've done this before. So I put him out there, and he loves to lay in the sun and sleep. So whenever he is outside in the backyard, Darcy will be running around, and I look out, and for like 2 hours, he'll just be sleeping, taking a nap in the sun. So I figured the easiest thing to do would be to leave him out there in the front, because he does like being out there, and I can not worry so much about Darcy while I'm trying to do the sprinklers. I hadn't eaten yet, so now it's about like 10:45, and I'm heating up leftovers, so I'm trying to make this burrito bowl. So anyways, everything's fine. We have this big window in our dining room, And so I have the blinds pulled up so I can see directly out there to look at him. And so what was I doing? I think I had just gotten back from changing the sprinklers. I was heating my lunch up. It was in the microwave. And I look out there, and all I see is a harness laying in the grass. And so I run out there, and what had happened was he busted through it. But, you know, the harnesses, to tighten them, you, like, pull the fabric, whatever, to tighten it, right? Well, the fabric, I guess he had pulled so hard, the fabric just unraveled. So, like, nothing was broken. The fabric just came out of the little buckle, and he was gone. And so I knew it had to have been within 5 minutes, because I was checking basically every 5 minutes on him to make sure he was okay. So I'm freaking out, right? I call Scott immediately, crying. Scott's at work in Greenville, which is 30 minutes away from our house. But I'm distraught. I'm assuming the worst. But I got there and I'm calling his name, because he doesn't walk fast. He's never in a hurry. So I figured maybe he was just sniffing around the yard or something. Well, he's not. So basically Scott's like, says that he's leaving work immediately. And I get in the car, I go up the road, and I go down the road. And I do that a few times. I see people working in their yard, ask if they've seen a dog. They say no. And so I was obviously concerned, because he is a pit bull, and I did not want him going into somebody's yard and them not even letting him approach them and, like, shooting him. That's what I was concerned about, which I think is a valid concern. So, not that it would have been better if it was Darcy, but Darcy is a black lab, and Darcy kind of has been at our house for over a year, so I feel like she would have an easier way finding her way home. We've only had Dexter for like a month, a little over, and he still, I'm not 100% certain that he knows how to come to his name. So Darcy will always come. If she hears our voice, she comes running. Dexter will just keep going. So, you know, on the panic scale of like 0 to 10, I was probably like at an 8. I felt like he would come back. So after I went up and down the street a few times, I kind of went back to our driveway and was just calling his name. I had Darcy outside, so hopefully he would hear her or smell her. Well, then I call Scott again. I'm still crying. He's on his way back. And I'm like, you know, I'm very concerned, but he does have his collar on, and he's microchipped, both to our name with our phone numbers and stuff. And Scott was like, oh, well, did you put his collar back on today? And I was like, we always have his collar on. And he was like, well, remember we gave him a bath last night and took the collar off. I broke down. I forgot about that. So today at 2, he had a follow-up for his surgery just to make sure everything was healing fine, which it was. But he was stinking because he was dirty from a few weeks of playing outside. So we gave him a bath at 10 o'clock last night. We took the collar off, and we never put it back on. So I forgot that. When I put his harness on, I didn't realize he didn't have a collar on, and I wasn't too concerned about it. But he did not have a collar on. And when Scott told me that, I was so upset, because I just could see, I could imagine him coming into somebody's yard and not having a collar, and then thinking that he's a stray or like an aggressive stray. I feel like it's a little different when you see a dog that has a collar, because you know that they're somebody's and like you're more willing to help than just like a stray dog. That's what I was thinking, at least. And I thought the chances of somebody actually letting him get close enough to them to help them was already kind of slimmer than like the average dog, which maybe I'm just like thinking that everybody hates a pit bull and doesn't want to help them, but I was really concerned. So basically it's like 11:30. This went on from about 10:45 to like 12:15, and I was sobbing. My head was pounding. I had not eaten yet, which was like not that big of a deal, but I was like hoping I wasn't gonna pass out or anything, because I was in the car going back and forth, but then I was on my feet going back and forth up and down this road as far as I could, calling his name. And I called my mom, and she lives in the area. She lives right near us, so she comes over, and Scott calls his mom, who lives about 30 minutes away, and she's on the way. Well, then finally Scott gets home, and we start walking. And about within 15 minutes of Scott being home, we're both walking down the road, and Scott is a little ahead of me, but he starts like yelling that he sees him. And so then Dexter came running. And we put a collar on, we put his leash on, and we went home. But, so this is a happy story because Dexter was found. Well, then the second I saw him and that he was safe, I was still crying, but then I'm just mad at him because, like, why would you do that? But, also, I was thankful to have a dog in front of me that I could be mad at. He just scared me to death. I really thought, I wasn't even too concerned about him getting hit by a car because he doesn't, I think he keeps his distance from cars. But I thought somebody was, like, gonna shoot him. So I was so happy to have him back. Well, then Scott goes back to work, and that was basically the dramatic part of the whole story. So then my head is pounding. I eat something, but I'm not that hungry because I'm just still, my body was just so adrenaline and upset about everything because I thought I had lost my brand new dog that I got. And I just was so sad because I'm like, he's been out on the streets before, and so I was just so concerned that, like, he was free and he was probably lost and he wouldn't try to find his way back home because he knows how to live by himself. So I was just really imagining the worst and terrified. But he was found and he was okay. He wasn't limping or anything. I didn't see, like, where he got bit by a snake or anything. So then I put him in his crate. Because also, another reason I put him outside was, and though it's harder to watch him, is because he's 3, but he is still a puppy in the sense that he doesn't know better than, like, yesterday. Y'all know that hanging plant that I got? Okay. So, it's in the sunroom, and it hangs down, like, 4 feet maybe from the floor, but it has, like, hanging down, like, weave or, like, yarn stuff, right? Which he's never acknowledged before. Well, 2 days ago, he's in the sunroom and it's quiet, and I just feel like I need to check on him, and I go, and he has pulled it down. It didn't break because it didn't touch the ground, but it was like on this hook, right? So this is the wall, and the hook's on the wall, and he had pulled it, so the hook had come down. There's only one little baby screw holding the hook up, and so my little plant that's supposed to be 4 feet from the ground is like 2 inches from the ground, and he's just wagging his tail, chewing the yarn. And so he did that 2 days ago. Then yesterday I hear him in there doing something, because sometimes he'll be fine. He'll be in there for 3 days, not total, not straight, but it'll be 3-day period where we can put him in there with Darcy, and they're fine, and they play, and they nap, and it's great for everybody. But yesterday I hear him in there, like he's biting something, and he's chewing a windowsill. So it's like, you have to constantly be watching him, because even if he's not in the sunroom, he's chewing your shoes, or he's chewing the furniture, stuff like that. And it's just because he doesn't know better, right? We know that. So we're not mad at him, but we just have to be constantly aware. And I was like running around doing sprinklers and stuff, so I didn't feel like I had the time to be constantly watching him. Anyways, when we got him, I put him in his crate because I was not dealing with that. And then I went and took a nap for an hour, even though I had gotten up like 3 hours before that. But I just was so exhausted. My head was pounding. My head, like, probably because my blood pressure probably spiked up because I was so stressed out, and I hadn't eaten at that time, and I was crying, which always makes my head hurt. I was like sobbing, like I thought I might throw up or something, because I just knew I was never gonna see Dexter again. But then I took an hour nap, and then we went to his vet appointment, and everything was fine. The vet was impressed. The vet does not think he would need an additional surgery. All the scar tissue and everything, like, he got all of that, so he thinks Dexter's good. He said the stitches, he has a few left that they will dissolve on their own. And then we have a prong, like a pinch collar. It's for Darcy, but Dexter responds really well to it too. He's not too much of a puller anyways. It's just if he did pull, he's very strong, so it would hurt. And with him getting away, I ain't chancing nothing. So the prong collar, we had to add some prongs to it, but it fits him. So I went to Saluda, like, pet care to get another prong collar, a smaller one for Darcy, and I got him 2 big, like, beef bones. And so I was letting Dexter chew that for a little bit before I came to Target. Then I put him back in his crate. And so now I'm at Target. I want to see if they have another golden egg for Scott. And I want some new makeup. So hopefully they have, it's like popular right now, the elf makeup, which is cheap. But they came out with this new really good line that I've heard really good things about, so I was going to see what I could get. But I'm going to finish eating. That was my whole story. How I thought I lost my dog, my beloved dog. And honestly, this is me just being judgy, but like I've obviously seen people post on Facebook and like people that lost their dog got out of the fence, their dog ran away, whatever it was, and like there's always like a little subconscious amount of judging them. I'm like, oh wow, that's not responsible. And so I felt like such a bad dog owner and so irresponsible, even though we'd done it before and he was fine. So like I knew it wasn't my fault in the sense that I didn't go out there and like unclip him and say, okay, go run away forever. But like I thought I was being responsible by putting him out there with a harness, checking every 5 minutes, but not responsible enough. So now he's going to be at my side forever because I thought I lost him and I was so upset. As you can imagine, you know, if you have a dog or a cat or something, like if they go away, then it's terrifying. But he's back now. I'm still like, feel a little like flat and like not my chipper perky little self because I'm just exhausted mentally and emotionally from thinking that I lost Dexter. But when we were at the vet and at Saluda, everybody was talking about how cute he was, which he is. So I'm just happy everything's okay, and I hope that never happens again and I never have to go through that, and I hope you never have to go through that where your dog runs away for whatever reason. I don't even know what he was chasing. It was probably something stupid like a leaf, and he almost was separated from me forever, and I can't have that. So I'm gonna be a helicopter mom now. But I'm gonna finish my Chick-fil-A and then I'll show you what I get at Target. Here's Mr. Dexter after his adventure today. Come on, you got a bone waiting on you. Where's your bone? Look. There's the blonde. Wow. Look, his eyes look better too. The stitches will fall out on their own, but wow. Can I have that? Let me see. Oh, you're trying to get up. Look. Come here. Look who it is. After you broke your mother's heart. You broke your mother's heart. But I still love you. Okay, go get your bone. Go eat your bone. Yummy. Baby's first bone. I was going to show you all what I got at Target. Darcy might pop in. Hi. She wants y'all to know that she did not run away today. Right. Thank you. Okay, so the first thing was the egg. So now we have 2 of them, which is exactly what I wanted. So I'm happy with this. Again, if you didn't hear, we're gonna fill our Easter basket stuff with this. Like, so we'll put candy and treats and stuff in here instead of an Easter basket. So that's what that is for. We already had 1, so now we have Scott's. Then I got some of these Clorox toilet wand refills. There's 10 in here. We always use these because they're easier. It comes with a little wand that you attach these heads to, and then you just clean the inside of your toilet, and then you can just throw it away. So that's what we prefer to do, and we were out of these, so I had to get those. And then got some Method all-purpose cleaner in grapefruit. A lot of people that I watch on YouTube love the lime scent. Thank you. Darcy, back up a little bit, please. But I have the lime scent. It's fine. I've used all of it. I'm like at the bottom, which is why I needed another one. It's just really strong like a lime. So I prefer this one, and it's a pretty pink color. So I got the Thieves cleaner. It came, like the concentrate came in my Christmas starter kit that I got. But honestly, I think the Method stuff actually cleans better. If there's actually something like crusted onto the counter or something, then I prefer Method cleaner. So I need another one, and this just smells like grapefruit and summer and everything. And the rest, well, never mind, I got some candy. She's eating a bone. That's what that sound is. I got the Dove dark chocolate. Me and Scott love dark chocolate, especially when it's like Dove and not like 100% dark chocolate. So these are in the shape of an egg. We usually just put a bowl out on the entryway table, and usually me and Scott are the only ones that eat it as we walk by. But we got some of those. And then now the rest of the stuff I got is makeup. So I spent a little bit more than I was wanting to, but mainly because of this. The Voluminous Lash Paradise. I've heard great things about this forever. Never tried it. What do I use? The Maybelline Lash Sensational. It's a pink tube. It's fine. It's whatever. I use it. I've used it multiple times, multiple tubes of it, but it was super clumpy now. I needed a new one anyways, and I've heard really good things about this one, so I'm gonna give it a try. And the rest of the stuff is e.l.f. So I've heard fantastic things about this. This is new. The e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer in the shade Forever Sunkissed. This is the only actual bronzer shade that I saw, but I heard that their Primer Infused line is really good. So this was $6, which is pretty good. The bronzer that I have now is the NYC Sunny Bronzer, which I got right when I first started watching YouTube videos, which was probably about 6 years ago, and I've used the same one. I hit pan on it, but like there's still product in it. I use it every day, but I thought maybe it was time to get another one since it's been about 6 years, and I've heard really good things about this, and it was $6. Darcy, where'd your bone go? What did you do to it? Oh, I really don't know where it went. It's gotta be under the couch somewhere. I'll get it in a second. So another cult favorite recently is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, okay? So it's like $6, and they had some at my Target, but not in my shade. I'm like porcelain, and they had one that had a peachy undertone. They wouldn't have worked for me, unfortunately, but the one that they did have in fair is the HD Lifting Concealer, this was $3, so it's cheaper than the Camo Concealer, but Casey Holmes, Jeffree Star, everybody's talking about the Camo Concealer, but I figured this will be fine. I really only use it under my eyes and on top for an everyday basis. That's what I do, so I figured this would be fine, and it still had pretty good reviews when I Googled it. And the last thing I got is the e.l.f. Brow Pencil. So this was $2. I got it in neutral brown. So I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz, but I'm running out, and it's like $22, $25, and this was $2. So if I like it just the same, then this is a much better deal. But there's just something about the Anastasia Brow Wiz that's so good. But I thought I'd give it a try for $2. It can't hurt, really. I'll just wipe it off if it's terrible. But I don't really know how you can really screw up a brow pencil. So that's the stuff I got. I was trying to keep it about 20 or 25, and I spent 37. But I blame that on the household items. So I'm going to go put this stuff up. For the rest of the day, I think I got to make dinner, either lasagna or this like sausage pasta that we eat. And Scott's doing yard work. Oh, I started watching this new show. Well, I've watched one episode, but I'm going to finish it. It's French. It's called La Monte, maybe. But you have to read the subtitles because they're actually like speaking in French, which I've never tried before. It's not that bad. It kind of makes my head hurt, my eyes hurt, like looking at the words and then looking at the faces to like watch the actual show. But it's about this female serial killer, because La Monte translates to the mantis. So her name, her like killer name, was praying mantis, because she would kill men. Which is like apparently praying mantis, like the females will mate with them and then kill them. But that's what the show is about. So she's a serial killer, and she's in jail, and she killed like 8 men. And now there's a copycat killer, and she says she'll help them find out. So it reminds me of like Silence of the Lambs idea, where like the killer, there's a killer that helps find another killer. But somebody recommended it to me, and the first episode was really good. And I kind of forgot that they were speaking French because I was just reading the subtitles. So I'm gonna watch some of that today. I need to watch yesterday's episode of This Is Us. I'm reading a new book. I got a lot going on. I'm very busy. And I'm still coming down from all my stress with Dexter. My eyes feel like super heavy, you know, when you cry a lot. They feel really heavy. But I'm going to put this stuff up and do dishes and do boring stuff for the rest of the day. Really, I just wanted to make this vlog so I could vent to y'all about what happened with Dexter today. But I hope you enjoyed this video with me talking. And Hope you subscribe if you want to see my dogs continue to prematurely age me and give me stress and headaches and wrinkles. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Darcy, tell them thank you for watching. You hope they came and see you. Look, that you hope that they subscribe. Look at that face. Oh, look at the face. Okay, bye.